Hey everybody, this is Miss Jess, and I am going to unbox the Morgan-Greer Tarot in a Tin that I just got off of Amazon. And yes, I know my art desk is a mess. I don't have any fancy setups going right now. And this is also kind of a test of the little apparatus that I got to hold you guys up. It's one of those gooseneck, bendy, squiggly, kind of like a clip lamp, so it clips to the side of my art desk and hold you guys. So I hope that this works. And this, okay, I took the shrink wrap off so that you wouldn't have to deal with me fumbling with shrink wrap. But yeah, this is the Morgan-Greer Tarot in a Tin, and from the reviews that I had read, I expected really, really shitty cardstock, and I thought that it was going to be, you know, subpar to the regular deck, which I have not seen the regular deck other than in other people's videos, and I've noticed that it seems really laminated, and I kind of like a duller finish on a deck. If any of you have the Wildwood Tarot, I really like that kind of, or like the Druidcraft, that sort of, you know, a thicker cardstock with not heavy lamination is probably my favorite style. And this was fairly similar. It's a little bit, hold on a second, there we go. It's a little bit thinner, I'd say, maybe than got my Wildwood right here. A little bit thinner cardstock, about like your newer Llewellyn cardstock is pretty much what it seems like. And yeah, it's fairly identical to that, but it's got the little book, obviously. And mind you, I have never owned the Morgan-Greer before, but I really, really love it. I think that I was heavily influenced growing up as a kid in the 80s by all sorts of animation from people that grew up in the 70s. Like, you know, He-Man and She-Ra, and this is totally along those lines. As a matter of fact, I guess it's the I think it's the King of Pentacles. Totally looks like He-Man. I love the color saturation in these cards. It's just, white stands out in them because there's so little of it. I really, really like this. And I like the size as well. They're a little bit taller than a standard playing card and a little more narrow, but all in all, I think they're pretty awesome. I think they're going to shuffle well. I like the way they feel in my hands. Wow, look at all this color. It's beautiful. Makes me think of something that Molly at her speak had said one time about color is her religion. This is definitely a colorful deck. Look at that. It reminds me of a lot of the storybook imagery from books that were handed down to me from my cousin who was born in the 70s. A lot of the animation and the illustration of that era followed a lot of these similar kind of guidelines. And you can hear Viney singing in the background. What can I say? I've got kids. They're probably gonna crop up in videos from time to time. So this totally does follow the Rider-Waite-Smith, and I don't mind that at all because I like Rider-Waite-Smith. I actually prefer most of the Rider-Waite clones to the actual Rider-Waite. I've never really connected very well with the Rider-Waite itself. There's the He-Man. There he is. You know he does. Look at him. It's He-Man. But I really, really love this. And, you know, I'd put this right up there with, there's a couple of decks that kind of group together. The Hanson Roberts, the Robin Wood, Morgan-Greer, they all have these hyphenated names, but are all Rider-Waite clones that, you know, they look like they were drawn with Prismacolors or something like that. You know, they have this very drawn, especially the Robin Wood, feel to the deck, a very colored pencil feel. But I love it. I think it's really, really warm, even when it's cool colors. Even when you're looking at blues and greens, it's rich. That's the word I'm looking for. All of the images are really rich. It looks like popcorn to me. All the clouds look like popcorn in this deck. I love that. That's one of my favorite Three of Swords. It definitely has my favorite 10 of Swords of any deck that I've worked with thus far. A lot of these, I haven't even mentioned that they're some of my favorites, but this, I love that. I think I just love the snowfall in the background. Something about it. It's beautiful. Page of Swords, Knight of Swords. I know this is always the iconic image. It's actually not my favorite, but she'll do. It'll do. And there we go. I know that there is a regular book that comes with this deck, and I do plan on obtaining it. I probably will go ahead and get the regular size deck just to have it. And I think this is great for tossing in your purse. Wow. Because, you know, it's not going to get banged up or anything. But the little white book, pretty basic. So I definitely want to get the Morgan-Greer book. And I'll probably have to get on eBay or something and try to find a cheap copy. But yeah, anybody who has maybe hesitated to try out some of these tarot in a tins because they've read, like I did, just absolutely horrible reviews about it. You know, I heard that the cardstock was terrible, that it was going to be really cheap and super dull. I actually prefer, and this is what sold me on it, when I was reading through the reviews on Amazon, I noticed that a lot of them said that this had the more original, like the first edition printings, the more dusty, faded denim blue on the back, whereas I hear that the newer editions, while they don't have the US Games logo on the side, they have a lot of really bright, I think the blue is a lot brighter, and I prefer this washed out look. I think it looks great. So I decided to at least just try this one first, plus it was like, I don't know, it was like 12 bucks. It was cheap, whatever it was. And I'm really, really pleased with it. So I think that kind of completes this little mini review of a mini deck of the Morgan-Greer Tarot in a Tin. I was very, very satisfied, not disappointed in it at all. Hope you guys enjoy. See you next time.